Hi my beautiful friends, it's Mimi and my hubby Alex.
Hello.
And today, I finally convinced him to do the husband tag. Actually, I didn't have to do much convincing because he was actually excited to meet you guys.
Hello.
He's too shy to admit it, but yeah, he was really excited to do this video. So I'll put you on the spot. I'll be asking the way the husband, I don't know if you guys know, but husband tag is pretty much the same thing as boyfriend tag. It's just Alex is my husband, not a boyfriend, so here are the rings. But anyways, I'll be asking you some questions and he doesn't know the questions, so it's a complete surprise for him, but I do know the questions. They're here on a computer. So let's go. You ready?
Let's go.
Alright, so the first question is, where did we meet?
Where did we meet? We used to work in the bank together, and we met just when I actually just got hired. I was signing the contract and she came in the room, and back then she was blonde.
Yeah, well, I used to be complete blonde.
So I was never into blonde, so she just came in being all serious and like proper, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she just kind of ignored me.
Yeah, I was kind of cold. I don't know why. I'm like, who's this guy?
So you're really cold and you just ignore me. Like, okay, whatever. Like, but you were cute, but I wasn't interested back then at first.
Until I changed my hair color to dark.
Yeah, then I'll change. But we met at the bank.
Yeah, that's how we met. That was the first time we met. Now the next question is, what was our first date?
Our first date was skating. Mm-hmm. So, and actually Mimi asked me out.
Yeah, I remember that too.
So because I thought she was really good looking, and I really didn't. We
were kind of friends, but always talk at work, and Alex used to be in a relationship and I was in a different relationship, so we'd always like share each other's secrets or whatever, talk to each other about relationships.
But I still thought she's out of my league, and she was older, and I thought, usually girls are
I'm only a year older. They're gonna think I'm like 10 years older than you.
She's the cool.
You guys probably already know I'm 24. Alex is a year younger.
Yeah, 23.
He's 20. You're still 23?
Okay, I'll be older.
Oh my god, he's so young.
But
yeah, back to our first date.
So you asked, so I was just shy, we talked, but I never wanted to ask you out. I kind of hinted at it, but I never came through. And then one time, I said, do you wanna, oh no, you said, no, we were just talking about, we're talking about skating.
Yeah, I think we're just talking about skating. I'm like, do you want to just go skating with me?
I'm like, yeah, that's good. And then
I'm like, I have no skates, you're gonna have to find me skates.
So I just found some skates, borrowed from my friend's girlfriend, and got her some skates, and that was the first date.
Yeah, that was the first. It was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah. We should recreate it. It's still winter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the next question is, where was our first kiss and how was it?
So our first kiss was.
That was a funny story, actually.
Was it? Wait, it's in 7 West, right?
Yeah, it was in 7 West.
Okay, yeah. So 7 West is like a little like.
It's a really cute romantic place.
Restaurant in Toronto. It's 24/7, so it's open late, and yeah, it was kind of. I did this. Did I do the hand reading?
Yeah. Do you do that to all the girls you date?
So what I did was I kind of like took her hand and I'm like, oh, let me.
He's like, I can do palm reading.
I can do palm reading, and I just kind of like read her hand, did something, and then I'm like, oh, and then I just kissed, right?
Yeah, I was pretty shocked.
Yeah.
I was just listening to my fortune.
And then I just kissed her. Right? So
yeah, that was the first kiss.
That was kind of the trick. So for all you men out there, that's the way to do it.
Trick the woman into kissing.
Yeah.
So number 4, did or do you know what I was? No. Well, I guess you do know that I'm the one. But the question is, did you know that I was the one?
Right away, or?
I don't know. Or do you know now? I guess it says did or do you know that I was the one?
Not at the initial when we just first met in the bank and she was really cold. Not then, not at all. But it was definitely when we started getting to know each other. And then you know it too. Like there was definitely a spark.
Yeah, I think there was that one moment where Alex
It's just it's kind of
staring at me, and I was like, oh, did he just fall in love with me or something? I swear I remember that moment.
Yeah, it was in my office, and because we're just talking. Sometimes you get to know each other, and you're like, wow,
you're so connected, and I don't know what we were talking about, something like life or some book, or it was just a really passionate conversation about something else, and then I was saying something for I had a long sentence that I was trying to explain, and then I see Alex is completely blank, but he's
speechless.
And it was just so funny. I think I knew in that moment, and then I didn't say anything then, but later when we started dating, I'm like, was that the moment you kind of knew? And he said,
That was the moment. So there was a moment. That moment was it. And then I had to just follow through.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Number 5, what was your first impression?
Impression when we met?
I guess.
Oh, I kind of covered it, right? I thought she was kind of cold in the beginning and very like serious. But then after we got to know each other, we're really cool and friendly.
Yeah. Question number 6, when did you meet the family?
We met the family on New Year's. So we just started dating, and like just a month. And then I was just dropping her. I got you.
I didn't know you were coming.
Yeah, I kind of just came by surprise on New Year's Eve, and I just got her like a little present. And then her mom is like, "Oh."
And he didn't want to come in, and
I didn't want to come in. Yeah.
I didn't really want to invite him in because Alex was the first guy I actually brought into my house, like to meet my parents.
Well, your mom brought me in.
Well, technically I didn't even bring him in. So like when he called me, he's like, "Oh, I'm outside." So I go outside and he's giving me this lovely present. I think you got me
a necklace.
Yeah, you got me something really sweet. So I'm like, "Oh, this is so sweet of you." And we're just sitting in the car, and I don't even think to invite him in because I'm just so not used to having boys over. And then my mom just opens the window. She's like, "Why don't you just tell him to come in? It's so rude." And I'm like, "Yeah, do you want to come in?"
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, so that's kind of her mom just let me in, and I met the parents then. So it was fun. It was a good night.
Yeah, it was definitely a good night. Next question is, do we have a tradition?
Tradition? I think the only tradition, I guess some of the traditions we take walks in the mornings.
Yeah,
that's kind of, I guess that's kind of a tradition. We like to do that.
Or like how we brush our teeth.
What? Together or?
Yeah.
Well, I guess everybody brushes their teeth together, no?
No, I don't think everyone brushes their teeth together. Do you guys brush your teeth with your boyfriends?
I think so. But also I think
we create traditions, but then sometimes they grow into something else.
I think the tradition that we kind of stop when we travel, but it's doing like surprise dates. So that's one tradition we do, and we definitely recommend for everybody, like to spice
Who's in
it
a
up.
relationship.
So it's kind of like once a month. You don't know when, but both of us have to choose a date and kind
surprise each other.
Each other with a date. Do something. It doesn't have to be money. It can just be like going to the park.
Yeah, or just going for some ice cream, or just driving around.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as that, right? But you really surprise the other person by just grabbing them and being like, "You're coming with me," and it's like, it's quite romantic. It takes you out of the box, and it's just something exciting, right? Life is all about creating beautiful moments, and we all have the power to do that.
So that's one tradition.
Yeah, that's definitely one tradition that we have to.
Keep doing.
Keep doing.
We go away. You can't really be too surprising when you go away.
Because you're always together.
Yeah, because you're always together. It's kind of hard to plan. I pulled it off once.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but that's one tradition for sure.
Okay, so the next question is, what was our first road trip?
First road trip. Wait.
Road trip.
First.
Did we have any?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it was Niagara Falls.
It was Niagara Falls.
Yeah, we went to Niagara Falls, and I think we're still co-workers.
Yeah, we're still working together.
Or it was because when we started dating, Mimi is it was she probably said no to me 5 times, and she was like, "No, we can't."
It's a long story.
Yeah, it's a long story. But we actually have a love story thing.
Oh, we're gonna share it. Yeah, we're gonna guys
we'll link it.
Check the box below. We're gonna link. I know you guys have been asking us for. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
Yeah, no,
that's really rude. I know you guys been asking to see his pictures and the pictures of our wedding, so we decided we'll just share our love story, and the link to the video will be down below, and we're gonna share the link to our wedding trailer.
Really? You're gonna do that too?
Yeah. And
so 2 boxes right here.
Either here or down below in the information box. So if you guys are curious to see it, it's gonna be there.
Yeah, but that was the first road trip. It was
kind of shopping, right? We went shopping.
Yeah, we just went shopping in the States because it's cheaper in the States to go shopping. So we went to Buffalo to do some shopping, and
we didn't do much, but
I went to Niagara Falls. That was cool. That was really good.
It was a nice evening.
So that was
singing in the car.
Yeah, so that was the first road trip.
Yeah. So the next question is, who said "I love you" first, and where were we?
I remember this one. So like most relationships, it's kind of tough to say "I love you," or who's gonna. And a lot of times in society we think, the first one I was gonna say I love you is kind of like the weaker one, or like all this. So like we had this tense moment, I guess, in our relationship when
we both were in love, but we were both scared to say I love you.
We were both scared to say, and we actually had a fight about right, not
yeah, I had a jealousy streak or something.
Like why don't you say I love you yet, or like something like that. I'm like I don't know, I was like I do love you. It was like pure like movie.
Yeah, we were crying and you're like, but I love you, but I'm like I love you too.
Yeah, it was like, but it was in your house.
Yeah, it was in my house.
It was like.
And then we went for a walk, I think.
Yeah, and then we went for a walk. And then we said I love you all the time.
I love you. I love you. Okay, so the next one is, what do we argue about the most?
We don't really argue.
Yeah, you guys might think we're weird.
We argue. We don't really argue.
Yeah, that's a tough one. We like, we don't argue.
The only thing I might, we don't really argue. I think the only...
We have had arguments, but that's like maybe like twice a year, and it's always about different things. Like it's not like we argue about like cleaning the house or putting the toilet seat down, whatever. No, we don't have those kind of arguments. It'd be something about like, you know, like well, I guess the only thing we could ever argue about is like if we see, because we always try to challenge each other, so if we see the other person is not being true to themselves, we might point that out.
That's true.
And sometimes that's hard to take. So, you know, if I'm not being myself, or if I'm holding, you know, this is a moment where you could have shared and helped another person, why didn't you do that, you know? So in situations like that, you know, and then I could be like, no, I couldn't do it. So like, it's hard to take criticism sometimes. So we'll always tell each other the truth, and that would be the only argument, is like